and welcome to the Driver's Room. This is the Festival of Speed Season 2, Round 5 for Tier 2. This week we're at the sunny Maggiore, the GP2 layout. Before we head down to the grid, we'll just take a quick look at the team standings after Round 4. As you can see, continuing their dominance at the top of the table, we have Neon Knights on 227, Non Plus Ultra Mark II on 173, Team Sega on 150, Team Pegasus on 145, and we have Team Cadbury on 131, Team Firestorm on 121, JB Lads on 118, and last but not least, Teammate on 75. So let's head down to the grid and see how qualifying went for the races. In pole on Racing Softs, it's no surprise, it's Mr. Sean. This is Sean's fourth pole of the season, showing his dominance in Tier 2 so far this season. In the last round, Sean finally got a better start, taking his 911 from pole to race win with the fastest lap to tie up the clean sweep. In second on Racing Softs, we have Murkoff. Murkoff had a solid race at Brands Hatch in round 4. After struggling during qualifying, he started off in 10th and worked his way up to 6th past the checkered flag. In third, we have Flapjack, also on the Racing Softs. Having a steady season so far after his dominance in Season 1. Last time out, he came home in 5th. In fourth, also on Racing Softs, we have Jammy D. Great qualifying from Jammy, who's just desperate for a bit of luck in Season 2 after another incident ended any chance of a good result in round 4. He'll be hoping to stay away from all the drama today. In fifth, we have Nightmare Racer on Racing Supersofts. Fantastic round 4 for Nightmare. He qualified in second and finished in second, locking up a quali and race 1-2 for Neon Knights. In sixth, we have Jules on Racing Soft. Also struggled a bit last time out in the 911. He'll be hoping his setup and strategy will have him carving his way through the field today. In seventh, we have Cudio on Racing Sauce. Another driver to struggle to adapt over to the 911 in the last round. He'll be hoping today's going to go a bit better for him. In eighth, we have JC on Racing Supersofts. JC's having a strong Season 2 with another good round in round 4. Last week, he will be hoping his current form will help him get a bit higher up the grid after qualifying a bit further down than he's been used to in recent times. In ninth, we have Jason on the Racing Supersoft. Jason struggling for a bit of form and confidence in the 911 after another DNF in the last round. In 10th, we have Boss on Supersofts. He missed out on round 4, so this is his first round in the 911. Maybe not got it dialed in just quite right. It's starting a little bit further down than he normally does, but he normally has great race pace, good on his tires, so he'll be looking to make his way up the field as the race unfolds. And in 11th, we have the voice of the driver's room, AGT Grimlock on Racing Supersofts. Struggled in round 4 with the 911, parked her up into the pits, couldn't get the grips of it at all. He doesn't look to be 100% happy still with the car, qualifying down 11th. Let's hope his race setup is a bit better and allows him to get to the checkered flag this week. And 12th, we have Monroe on Racing Softs. Another gutsy performance in the last round. Never say die attitude has to be applauded from Monroe. It doesn't let the race phase him and always sees out the checkered flag. And in 13th, we have myself, Craig P, on Racing Supersofts. Struggled in round 4 after the incident with Jammy. Couldn't shake it out of my head and couldn't get back into any sort of rhythm. But I've got the car in a much better setup this week. Was pushing for pole on my last lap in qualifying, just asking a little bit too much of the car. Running on a purple lap and lost the back end. Sort of lost my concentration again, quitted out of the qualifying lobby, and just as the race started, and it's put me to the back of the grid after deleting my time. So just another line of silly mistakes that's costing me this season. See if I can make up for it in the race. So that's your grid for today at Maggiore. We'll jump to the action and see who's going to make it first into turn 1. So guys, just waiting for the lights. See the revs building so Sean can get another good start like in round 4. He's lit the tyres up again, and Murkoff got much better traction. He slots it up in the first, Sean dropping the second. See Flapjack tucked in behind. We've got Jules now in third, Flapjack now in third. They're just swapping the place up back and forth. Jammy in fifth, just managing to avoid any incidents. Hope his luck can change for him this time out. Excuse me. As you see, I think Nightmare Racer in the back there. Just spinning, yeah. Nightmare down in 13th now. Murkoff now trying to pull away from Sean. Maybe took the tips from Sean last time. Sean equally trying to break away from the chasing pack. We've got Flapjack in third, followed closely by Jules and Jammy, Julio, JC in 7th. Myself up into 8th. Starting from the back, great start from myself. Jason in 9th, Boss in 10th, Monroe up into 11th, Grim in 12th, being pressured by Nightmare. Monroe just see in the background, lost the car there. Nightmare can't make a move just yet. So we got Murkoff in the lead, just trying to stretch his legs, pull away from the chasing back behind. As he comes through to complete his first lap. Sean's not too far away. Knows he won't have to push just yet. He can bide his time. Half an hour, still a long race. Got 27 minutes of that still to go. We got Murkoff in first. Mr. Sean trying to just follow him around in second. Flapjack in third, holding off Jules in fourth. Jammy D still having a good run up in fifth. Being followed by JC. He's up into sixth. Coolio in seventh, with Boss catching him. Nightmare in ninth. Grim in 10th. Jason's fallen down to 11th. I've dropped down to 12th, obviously had an incident. And Monroe in 13th. See Sean closing right up on Murkoff now. Oh, just got the overspeed going into the corner, had the back end. Flapjack still holding off Jules. JC dropped back a little bit. Coolio trying to put pressure on him. Boss following. Nightmare has made it back up to 8th. Grim in 9th. Jammy's had an instant, was running in 5th. Let's see if we can see what's happened to Jammy. So we jump on board with Jammy coming onto the left, right down the hill towards the hairpin. He's just cooked it onto the grass, and good night Irene sent him over across the track straight into the gravel. Just dropped it down to 9th. You see Grim just carrying the speed through. Another bad break for Jammy, that's him down to 10th. So we just rejoined the race. So you have Jammy falling down to 10th. Myself up into 11th past Jason there. And Monroe in 13th. Murkoff being put under big pressure now by Sean. It's a cheeky look just on the inside, maybe just to show Murkoff that he was there, just poke the nose out. See if we can start pressurizing Murkoff into a mistake. But Murkoff's looking pretty calm and centered in his driving there. No great dramas, no sliding, no oversteer or understeer. Murkoff is on the faster tyres, on the super softs. Maybe Sean knows that, that's why he's not pushing too hard to get past, because he knows he's going to be able to run longer because he's on the softs. Flapjack now pulling away from Jules. He's going to want to get on the back of Murkoff and Sean's battle. Jules trying to follow. He's also broke away from JC. Coolio not too far behind JC, just following him. Boss also about the same distance behind Coolio, with Nightmare the same behind him. Equal gapping through the midfield there. We've got Grim caught up to the back of Boss now. Sorry, Nightmare Racer. You just see the background there. Jammy D is starting to recover from his spin on the previous lap. Myself in 11th, recovering from my incident, with Jason behind, and Monroe in 13th. So back with the leaders, Murkoff still in the lead. Mr. Sean is following. Let's see if he knows he's got the tyre advantage. He might just be sitting behind in the slipstream, saving a bit of fuel, knowing his tyres are going to go longer. Time will tell. Tyre wear's not too bad around here. Probably see them come in around about 12 to 15-minute mark around there, just depending on driving style. As you can see on super softs, they're starting to wear a bit compared to Sean on his softs. Barely any wear at all so far. There you go. Flapjack just on the grass and then a bit of a drift. Just tricky section this downhill. You've really got to pick your line and speed and then commit to that S's section. If you get it right, it's a lovely section to drive. If you get it wrong, it can be catastrophic. Jules has maybe got it wrong through there, because JC is now all over the back of him looking for a way past. He's looking up the inside into the left-hander, and that's JC slotted up through into 4th. But Jules is trying to come back, but he's going to be on the outside there here. And then the inside for this tight, slow left-hander. JC just still in front. He's then going to have the inside going on to start finish straight. Great racing from the two guys there. Wonderful move by JC. Few corners to complete, but clean driving from the pair of them. As we see Jules looking back into turn one. These two are having a ding-dong battle here on lap 5. Jules just slots back in behind JC. JC had the racing line. Jules' low's going to be a bit slower, being tighter. I see Boss being put under pressure now from Nightmare Racer. He's up in the sector. He's got made up 2 places from the last time we were with him. Coolio seems to have had an instant drop back. Nightmare in 7th, still pressure at Boss. Coolio in 8th, Grim in 9th, Jammy in 10th, and starting to catch Grim now. And I see myself in 11th, really starting to catch back up to the pack now. I've dropped Jason by quite some way, and he's down in 12th. See, I did 159.5 last time. Jason at 218. He's still struggling a bit with this Porsche. And Monroe in 13th. Back with the leaders. Sean still just sitting behind. This takes a bit of a drift through that left-hander. He's just sitting there, biding his time with Murkoff. It's probably going to be a battle of the pit stops with these two. We're just coming up to 10 minutes gone. 1/3 of the race distance completed. Murkoff with the fastest lap there on lap 3 at 1:57.8. You see JC's into the pits. Bit of a wear on that front right. He's back out on another set of super softs. And is he just going to keep ahead of Coolio? Coolio trying to hang it around the outside, but just running out of road. Concedes the place as JC into the pits and back out into 7th. And Sean has made it past Murkoff there while we were looking at JC coming out of the pits with Coolio. Let's take a little look back and we'll see what happened there. So jump on board with Sean, coming down at the start-finish straight, still behind Murkoff. Going into turn 1, Murkoff a little wobble going in, but oh, he just runs wide there on the exit. Sean just keeps it going and has the momentum just to slide past. Job done. So a little mistake from Murkoff there, letting Sean through, which can be quite dangerous for how he's been racing so far. Go back to the we'll stay with him here, not too far from where we jumped back from. So now we've got Mr. Sean up into first. It's a bit ominous the way this keeps happening. He's having a fantastic season in DRFS, really dominating tier 2. If it keeps going, Neon Knights are probably going to keep their title, and Sean is looking odds-on favourite for the tier 2 championship. Whoa. Murkoff really harrying him, pressuring him now, maybe trying to force a mistake from Sean. Maybe a little bit upset by his own mistake. See his right rear tyre there taking a lot of punishment. So just overheats the front right coming through there. Really going to struggle through the left-handers now. His outside tyres are not going to want to grip. Flapjack in a nice comfortable 3rd. I see Boss up into 4th. What has happened? Here he's jumped 2 places. As JC went into the pits. Somebody else must have pitted. I think it was Jules maybe. Promoted Boss up into 4th. Supreme tyre wear on Boss there. This smooth driving style. He'll be pushing his super softs longer than most. See the difference between his tyres. We see Coolio and Jules into the pits now. So it wasn't Jules pitted. Excuse me, but just to say, look at Boss's super softs on the Pegasus car compared to Nightmare Racers. Boss is a very steady hand when it comes to looking after his tyres. JC now up in the 6th, he'll be looking to make his way past these lads on his fresh rubber. Don't want to get caught up behind them, waste the optimum tyre life. Jamie now up in the 7th, he's still not pitted yet. Grim in 8th, is not pitted. Front left's looking really painful for Grim there. He might need to come in this lap. Jules in 9th after a stop. Coolio in 10th. Myself in 11th after a stop for fresh rubber. Still trying to catch back up. Jason way back in 12th. And Monroe in 13th. Sean has now pulled a massive gap to Murkoff, just 3 seconds faster than him on that last lap. Maybe that's what done it. That would have been the lap where he passed him, so he must have had another mistake on this lap. Murkoff struggling with them tyres. Probably see him dive in for a fresh set of boots. Yeah, there he goes, dives into the pits, get rid of those warm super softs. Flapjack doing the same. Boss though, no need. JC has a lot one pitted, so he's staying in. Flapjack in the pits as well. So you Flapjack and Nightmare Racer get out just in front of Jules. So stopping earlier didn't help Jules there. He's still stuck behind the guys there, and they've got fresh rubber. Grim in 8th. His tyres are looking really terrible now. That front right is dead. Need to get in and get them changed. He's going to be losing bags of time to Coolio behind. Nearly a full second in the last lap. Coolio on fresh super softs. I think it's just inevitable. He's going to pass Grim now. Myself in 10th. Got past Jamie in 11th and Jason in 12th. Big gap now between the front two. You see JC in 3rd, being followed by Flapjack. Flapjack's just at the pitted, so slightly better tyres than JC. He'll be looking to try and get his way past as soon as possible. See him just taking a look, going for cheeky look on the inside, and that left-hander. As you see, he just did wider entry, but he can hold the tighter line with the better rubber. And he switches back. Is he going to get past him? See Boss going into the pits? No. Flapjack sensibly pulls out of that one before all ended in tears. Boss come out just behind Jules. Okay, we're looking to put him under pressure. Coolio in 8th. Self up the 9th. Past Grim as he's gone in for a fresh set of tyres. Just cold rears there. Didn't want to put the power down for him. Jammy D slides through. See Jason running a little bit wide there. His front right also not looking too healthy. we approach the back half of the race now. Just under 13 minutes left. It's Mr. Sean now just starting to see what we've seen before with him. Stroll away, control the race pace to what he needs, holding a decent gap now to Murkoff. Murkoff's last lap was 1:57.8 as he came out the pits that lap. JC just running wide to the left-hander. Easily enough done through there, if you just try and carry too much speed. That allows Flapjack through. See Sean diving into the pits. And he's back out in front of Murkoff. JC diving into the pits in the background. Great strategy from Sean now. Just pulled out enough of a gap to hold his first position. Looks like just over a second and a half gap now. Murkoff will be kicking himself after that little mistake earlier on in the race, as he set the fastest lap on the last lap at 1:57.5. He is really trying to make up for lost time now. Flapjack now on his own in third after JC pitting. And he got Nightmare being chased down by JC. It's quite a collection of cars there. You got Nightmare with JC right up his tailpipes. Not really optimum place to pass, but JC makes it stick. Gets him on the first left-hander. Oh, but then he just compromised his line going into the second part of that quick section and buried it into the wall. Heavy rear damage there. He's not having a great race today, JC. Hopefully he can get it going again and get back on the tail of the guys ahead. So it frees up Nightmare, but you got Boss looking to the inside, just not quite far enough up alongside him to make that stick. Boss now on a very fresh set of Super Softs. Nightmare starting to suffer with front wear. She's not going to want to turn in just as much. Boss will be able to get better lines, better runs out of corners. Just see him tucked right up in the slipstream now, coming over the start finish line. But he looked to the inside into turn one. No, he just backs off. Pick his moment. Next best place now is probably down the hill into the hairpin. Just follow him through this section, see if he makes a mistake. If not, try and outbrake him into the hairpin with a better grip from them tyres. You see Jules in 6th, Cudio 7th. I'm right on the back of him now in 8th. Just jump back to him as they come down towards the hairpin. Nightmare's just far enough ahead. Oh, something happened to Boss. Let's try and see what happened there. Jump on board with Boss now as he's coming down into the hairpin. The car just straightens up, no brakes. You see everyone filing past in the background. He just rolls back across. This was actually the start of Boss's problems with his wheel setup. It kept overheating and cutting out on him. Unfortunately for Boss, he was having a great run. He was looking really good to get past Nightmare there. So that releases Nightmare, as you just see him get in the quick S section completely wrong, but manages to gather it up. And then you have Coolio in 5th, myself up to 6th. As you just see, better grip on, better line on some worn tyres there. Coolio running a bit wide, I just dive up the inside. Coolio's stuck to my rear bumper. See if he can make a move through these last two corners. No, made the move stick and I broke away from him. We have a yellow flag ahead. As you see, Nightmare dives into the pits, Coolio dives into the pits, and Jules dives into the pits. So that's myself up to 4th. Having a great race so far after the stupid mistake ruining the race before it started, quitting out of qualifying it back to the lobby just as the race started. Putting me to the back. Maybe gonna try and push these tires just a little bit further and leapfrog the guys behind. Oh, I just got a tire on the grass and buried the nose into the barriers. All the guys that just pitted in front of me are now streaming past. Another unfortunate mistake from myself. You see, Coolio has got the run, but he just backs off. Maybe not confident on his colder tires, but he gets a great run out the corner. Easily gonna stroll past me, coming down to this fast section. You see, Jammy catching, he's also got the run on me. Bosses are now reset to the pits. Oh, I've got it all wrong through the fast section. Jammy's gonna have the run down to this left-hander and onto the short straight. She just runs a bit wide, but gathers it up nicely. He's got a great exit. Coolio looks like he's gone very defensive very early. Jammy's going to try and stick to the inside line, but I've gone around the outside of Coolio. Jammy just had nowhere to go, and me and Coolio too wide coming down that straight. See Coolio going very defensive through these last 3-4 corners. As I just dive off into the pits. Enough's enough for them tyres. Jules all over the back of the grid now for 5th place. Jules with the better tyres at this point in the race. 24 minutes gone, we're coming up to 5 minutes left. Jules just with his customary drifts losing a little bit of the run on Grim there. See, maybe gonna have a look coming down into the hairpin. Yeah, he tucks in behind. Maybe gonna try and do the switchback. He's gonna run up the inside. Yeah, Grim's got him covered off quite well. Nightmare just trying to pull away from them two now, with the Flapjack in no man's land in 3rd. Nobody in front of him, nobody behind him. Murkoff in 2nd, still holding the fastest lap. Just struggling to make an impression on Sean now. Sean, last few laps, 157, 157, and a 158 dead. So running pretty consistent. Nightmare just trying to pull away from the battling two behind of Grim and Jules. See Jules using all the track there, just trying to get past Grim. Maybe have a look into turn 1, he'll have to strip stream at the start finish straight, but Grim's going to be picking it up from Nightmare. So he's got to cancel out Jules' advantage. Coolio starting to catch these pair now as they're battling ahead. Jammy in 8th, myself closing in 9th after my pit stop. On racing softs, 5 minutes to go, maybe should have put super softs on. She just Just having a look up the inside of Jamie. Jump on board and follow this battle down the hill. So just look at the inside but backing out. Never a good idea to try going the inside there. She's better grip being able to hold the line. And the move done down into the hairpin. Jamie's in the slipstream. He's trying to have a look back. As we saw earlier on, it's very dangerous to try and do a maneuver through here. With a bit of a gap now to myself. He's trying to close on Grim and Jules' battle. We see Jules is now ahead. Got a yellow flag in this sector. Not sure what that's for. So we've got Jules ahead of Nightmare Racer now. Ahead of Grim, sorry. He's hunting down Nightmare Racer. Trying to get fourth, but another solid run from Nightmare so far. Neon Knight's picking up some good points in this round. Flapjack is looking pretty solid. Oh, his tyres are awful actually. Flapjack, he's sliding everywhere. He'd be trying desperately to hold on to third, but could become a sitting duck to Nightmare's tyres are way better. Burkhoff's tyres aren't looking too hot either. Sean's near perfect. See Jules and Grim both running wide. Nightmare's starting to catch Flapjack up now. I wonder if they'll have enough time to get another lap in, or this will be their final lap. Coolio under pressure now from myself as I go a half a second up on the fastest lap. Ooh, Coolio has a massive incident. Let's take a look there. I don't think there was any contact, but we'll just jump back and take a peek. So we jump on board with myself, coming up the hill towards this fast section, right in the slipstream of Coolio. Just able to hold a tighter line, and Coolio just can't hold her on his tyres through that fast section, and unfortunately face plants the wall. Just myself up to 7th. You see Grim dropping back from Jules. Nightmare not really able to catch Flapjack, even though Flapjack literally has no tyres left. He's down to, he's under 50% on at least 2, maybe 3 of them tyres. As we're on the final lap, Mr. Sean has made it round, so Murkoff has finished in 2nd. Flapjack is gonna come across the line, a bit of a weaving celebration for 3rd. Great race from Nightmare in 4th. Jules is coming home in 5th. Grim in 6th. Myself in 7th. Also taking the fastest lap at a 156.9. Jamie coming home in 8th. Coolio looks like he's just given up and let the car drive itself back for 9th. Jason's finished in 10th. Monroe in 11th. Boss got back up and running by the looks of it. 12th. JC in 13th. And Mr. Sean on his solo victory lap for another dominant performance. I can nearly just put the same audio on every video so far. Another dominant performance from Mr. Sean. Another great drive. Taking his 2nd pole to win. He's a little bit of a mistake on the start, dropping the Merc off on the opening lap, but drove sensibly. Knew he had the tyre, better tyre for a bit longer on the pits, and pressured Merc off into a mistake. And that was all she wrote. He ran away again and finished in first. That's it from round 5. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to join us next week for round 6 of the Driversroom Festival of Speed Tier 2.